Do you kick off show WWE? No wrestling, no larky. But slap my titties and call me Gertrude, they're on the same bastard team, yet they didn't even acknowledge each other. I know that nobody has ever asked this question in the history of professional wrestling, but how can they coexist? Let me put my journalistic hat on because it's clear to me those two ladies have heat. Now, I'm not making Io Sky messing up her pendulum corner dropkick thingy a WTF moment because, she did a whoopsie, what a wanker. I could do it better even though I get out of breath walking up the stairs. I'm making it a WTF moment because that is Io Sky making any mistake whatsoever. It never ever happens, but it did there. So WTF. Mago, 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 mago. What's wrong with her? Asked Michael Cole as Nikki Cross performed some cunnilingus to the WarGames cage. Let me tell you about sentences I didn't think I'd be saying today. That's one of them. But I would say that question from Michael Cole is a huge WTF moment because if anything, after everything she did in that cage last night, Nikki Cross proved she's bloody perfect. She's lovely. So around about this time here, we're hearing Mia Yim understands her team is in trouble, so she's not going to go into WarGames alone. She's going to bring a weapon with her. She then immediately threw said weapon directly to the opposite team. She really is Michin, which is Korean for crazy, didn't you know? But then the other team saw that weapon Michin threw towards them, and they did absolutely nothing. They let Mia Yim walk into that cage. There's WTF moments everywhere here. I can't cope. Ladies, look down there. There's a lottery ticket on the floor and you better be the first to pick that up, otherwise somebody else will win lots of money. Is mayonnaise an instrument? Let me ask you a question, dear viewer. Did Dakota Kai find Triple H's secret stash of nudes and then post all of those nudes on the Tumblr machine? Because to me it felt like she took every single massive, big, painful bump in that match, and I'm just asking myself, what did she do to deserve that? Give me a list of things I did not expect to see on a WWE PLE in 2022, and one of those things would be Ozzy Osbourne himself shouting at us watching fans, telling us to turn up the throbbing volume. Although where I said throbbing, he said a sweary word, which I can't repeat because YouTube are bastards. And in that moment, we learned that Triple H doesn't even care what your parents have to say, man. Down with the power, rage against the machine. Is that what the... Now, was anybody else thinking about Dean Ambrose versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 32 during this matchup here? You know the match, it's where Dean Ambrose clearly wanted to create lots and lots of memorable WrestleMania moments, but Brock Lesnar was like, oh, I don't want to do that, it's a bit too dangerous, I bruise like a peach. Because in that match there, it felt like Shotzi wanted to make this one a memorable one, but Ronda did not. We had the thing by Shotzi off the top rope where they just sort of did that sort of thing. And then we had the supposed DDT attempt on the apron from Shotzi, but Ronda wouldn't take it because she held onto the rope. I don't know what was going on. So we saw Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 32 do something similar, and a few months later, he made his return to the MMA cage. So somebody take this to Ravy Davy Meltzer. With that match in mind there, it's clear that Ronda Rousey is going to go back to the UFC in a few months' time. It's a huge scoop. Now, if Vince McMahon was still in charge of WWE and I saw that scene right there with no context attached whatsoever, I would be convinced. It's a beard now. I would be convinced that Austin Theory's new name is... It's gone. Oh my God, it's gone. I would be convinced that Austin Theory's new name would be I would be convinced that Austin Theory's new name would be It's gonna read it. I would be convinced that Austin Theory's new name, and I'm gonna have to read this because this is the 17,000th take I've done of this bloody segment, it would be Beyblade Burst Quad Drive. My God, that was hard to say. Beyblade Burst Quad Drive. Austin Theory's new name if Vince McMahon was still in charge. This was really worth it. Dean Ambrose mentioned on a WWE PLE in the year of 2022. I don't know about you, but I'm grabbing two of my hounds of justice and I'm heading for the Bravo Oscar Romeo Delta Echo Romeo, otherwise known as the Border. The end is nigh, the end is nigh, time to run away, the end is nigh, nigh. Now, I thought that with Survivor Series 2022 marking 10 years of Seth Rollins in WWE, a Seth Rollins victory in that triple threat match was as certain as death. So Austin Theory winning and the the way Austin Theory won, keeping Lashley and Rollins as strong can be. Ho ho! We're a couple of strong boys, aren't we, Bobby? But still, Theory winning has got to be a WTF moment just because of what Survivor Series 2022 actually was. But wait there a second. Austin Theory's entrance, as we learned earlier, as I butchered the line completely, was all about the Beyblades. I, for one, had no idea the Beyblades still existed. Do people still play that game where you know you get the metal ones, you put your knuckles into the little arena thing, you let one rip, and the first one to go, owie wowie, that's too sore, they are the loser. Do people still do that? I used to. Didn't affect me one bit. So we had Austin Theory with the Beyblades in his entrance. We have Austin Theory winning the US title. This means, you can take this to Dave Meltzer, by the way, that Austin Theory is going to bring back the spinner US title design. It's a second huge scope of the video. And I've got a question to ask everybody. Why are we all on commentary getting so uppity at Sami Zayn, hoofing his best friend in the bollocks? How dare that naughty boy? Why are we getting so uppity at Sami Zayn when you remember what Kevin Owens did on his first night in NXT and the rest? And then on top of all that history, you then think about how Sami Zayn was already in the WarGames match, and then Kevin Owens just inserted himself in there because he cares about Roman Reigns' titles more than he does Sami Zayn. But supposedly it's Sami Zayn who is the dick. I would argue it's actually Kevin Owens who is the dick, and he deserved that shot to his dick, and I hope his dick is very sore. But then after that finish, we now live in a world where Sami Zayn is bona fide speaking the biggest babyface in the world of professional wrestling, but because of who he hangs around with, he's also a heel. Don't know why I said that like that, but I did. I'm just looking at the lay of the land here today. I feel like I've just slipped on a saucy pair of stilettos. They do feel a bit weird, but my God, do I not like the look of that. Do not pan that camera down. And imagine saying that would be a thing after this week's SmackDown and after the last however long it's been, a very long time. Jey Uso hugged Sami Zayn like Jey Uso was China and Sami Zayn was Marlena, but in a universe where China and Marlena were actually madly in love. It's unbelievable scenes. And we must end these WTF moments from a very, very nice, I thought, Survivor Series 2022 by thanking Roshan for continuing to spread the good name of Cultaholic throughout the WWE Universe. Next time you go to a show, do something like he did, take a sign, and I'll make sure to put you in this video if you mention me on the Twitter machine. That's how it works. Please leave this video a like, leave a comment if you can't think of what to say. Just say that Sami Zayn is a very, very nice boy indeed. And also, if you like football, please subscribe to @HoldAndGive on the YouTube machine. 2 videos went live yesterday. Let's get those watch hours up. Let's go! LFG, kids! I've been Ross Tweddle from Cultaholic Wrestling, and I've got no soul left anymore. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in 2023 for some WTF moments. That's it for the big shows now. See you next year. Unless you watch Cultaholic in other places. And I'll see you on Monday. That's tomorrow. See you tomorrow!